welcome to the Free Cheese, episode 334. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Marc Augustiniak.
What's up?
Matt Sellner.
Hello.
The Free Cheese is a weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. How are you guys doing this week? Are you fresh off seeing Doolittle?
Ooh, are you?
No, fuck no.
I saw something way better this week, but that's fine.
Way better. What'd you see this week?
1917.
Oh, that looked like a war movie.
It is a war movie.
Interesting.
Very good. One that continuous shot mentality to it.
One of those.
I saw Lighthouse finally.
Hey, now there's a movie I can get on top of.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
That's real good.
It's a weird movie.
Real good. That's your Batman right there. You know what I'm saying? Batman and Green Goblin in one movie.
Yeah.
Just hanging out. How long is 1917? Are you into war movies?
They're fine.
Yeah.
I have not seen a lot of them.
What's the last one you saw before this?
Probably Glorious Bastards.
That doesn't count.
I think I saw Fury.
Tank Boys.
Yeah.
That's what I called that. That was the original working title. James
Tank
Gunn
Boys.
had. It wasn't James Gunn that made it, but he gave him a working title. Said, hey.
Yeah, I really don't see. I never saw Dunkirk.
I saw that. It was everything. The previews. That was everything.
Good thing I don't remember the previews anymore.
I feel like the previews for 1917 told you everything you need to know, too. Hey, there's a war, and your brother's going to go up there, and then your brother's going to die, and then you're going to be sad.
You get all that in the first 10 minutes. It's great.
Let's go to the movies, then. To see the upcoming film in February, Sonic the Hedgehog. I sent you guys, I owe you a big apology. Last week, I completely forgot to do something. Before we wrapped up, and I think you'll recall I exclaimed motherfucker as soon as we were done recording last week, because I remembered. So I awoke from the nightmare of life and found myself in a grocery store with a rather large magazine section, and in the magazine section I happened to see greeting me the face of one Sonic the Hedgehog on the cover of one Sonic the Hedgehog the movie Mad Lib's book. Now the book itself, very few pages, $7.99. Not worth it to buy. However,
Open it up, take a picture.
boom! You nailed it, Matt, and that means you get to give me a number.
25.
Marc, a plural noun.
Buns.
Sick. Matt, a plural noun.
Dicks.
Marc, a verb.
Going. Wait.
What do you call it? Present tense verb. Yeah.
I don't know. You do it.
I can't. I'm influenced by what Matt said, and I can see the sentence.
Man, I don't know. I'm not ready for this.
Matt, verb.
Break.
Marc, noun.
China.
Matt, adjective.
Slimy.
Marc, verb.
Steps.
Matt, person in room.
In room. Myself. Matt.
Marc, number.
2.5.
Matt, adjective.
Peculiar.
Nice. Marc, noun.
Jelly.
Matt, verb.
Breaks.
On that, huh? Marc, verb.
Trips.
And Matt, exclamation. Something you would yell.
Yeah. Yay.
Marc, number.
42.
Matt, plural noun.
Bastards.
And Marc, adjective.
Whimsical.
Alrighty. So, this is called I Spy. From the Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, the Mad Libs book. Being such a fast creature allows me to see 25 interactions, events, and buns every day. It's difficult to get bored when there are so many dicks to break. A favorite sight of mine is this guy, a stand-up China, who practices his slimy jokes in the car every morning. Another Green Hills resident who really makes me steps is Matt. Once I saw them eat 2.5 chocolate bars when they thought no one was looking. People can be so peculiar. I really like learning what kind of jelly people enjoy listening to and what movies people break. I have to be careful that people don't trip me, otherwise they would scream, "Yay!" Thankfully, I can run 42 miles per hour if I need to. Despite all the townspeople's strange bastards, having to stay hidden all the time can be very whimsical. Not bad.
I forgot I said breaks twice.
Hey, I mean, you do what you got to do. Well, there you have it. If I read that correctly, they did say miles per hour. So I guess Tails confirmed for Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, the game, the movie.
Way past cool.
Exactly.
Into the trash.
Maybe we'll have another one of those later. But before then, what have you guys been playing this week? Matt? Playing any video games?
Yeah, I played one. Pretty much just one.
Sonic the Hedgehog 1 or 2?
None of the above. Never a Sonic game. They all suck. And maybe not Mania. That's up for debate.
2's very good also.
I completed Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice.
Hey, you did it.
That
You were in the middle of that last week. You had just gotten over the little hump of fighting your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Hirata Estate the second time.
How did that one shape out in the end?
That is still a very good game.
Yeah.
If I had remembered most of the story, I probably would have been more invested. But no, I like. There's a lot of cool settings in that game, and I feel like From Software does a good job of varying those settings in all their different games. Like you think Bloodborne, you go from the is it Forbidden or I always confuse it with the Harry Potter woods.
The Forbidden Woods, right?
Yeah, well, all right, it's the Forbidden Woods, but in Harry Potter's the Forbidden Forest.
I want to take your word for it.
I'll bing
I'm
it.
pretty sure that's it. So yeah, but yeah, in Blood Souls and Bloodborne, like you got the Forbidden Woods, you got the first area, then like this dream state, it gets weird. Sekiro, same thing. Like you start in Ashina, and then you have the whole Hirata Estate, which is like on fire the entire time. That memory. Fountainhead Palace, which is this cool, kind of like the first time the game gets a little colorful. And then like you have the Mibu Village, which is like this like
Amiibo?
No, Mibu.
Oh.
Mibu. Which is like the swamp poisonous grounds. So like I really like how the settings vary. They all kind of mash together. And I know very early on I was saying like, it seemed like there was very straight, narrow paths. You can throw that out the wall, out the door when once you get into that game. There's a lot of shortcuts to all these different places, as well as fast traveling, of course. I still like the combat. The combat is probably. I will say this: I played Bloodborne for about a half an hour after beating Sekiro.
Mm-hmm.
That it was tough to get back into that game after playing Sekiro. I died a lot more than I usually do in that game in the early stages.
Yeah, you don't have as much control over the combat.
So I'm not going to say it's better, but it's definitely different. And that's nice. And you take reviving for granted because you die in Bloodborne and you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, no, you can't.
It's over.
You're done.
I can't kill Gascoigne.
Is this one a little bit more linear storytelling than... Because a lot of the storytelling in Bloodborne was all done through items and weird little...
Yeah. Something... This is before I fell off when I got to Fountainhead. There was a segment of that game where you could just like spend half an hour to 45 minutes going from place to place, talking to these characters, and if you do it in a particular order, it unlocks the different endings for you. Like, you start to get that branching path, and I had gotten so far into that, I couldn't do the, I think it's called Divine Heritage, or Divine Resurrection ending, which is like the perfect ending of the game. I tried doing all the steps, but I was blocked out of one towards the end, so that kind of sucked. But I did see all the bosses, most of them, except for the bad ending, the Shura ending, as they call it. There's 2 bosses that are locked behind that ending. That's in the mid-game, though. But yeah, it's a great game. I will say I thought Al was tough in the Harada Estate. Fuck that. The next 2 bosses were... Demon of Hatred can go fuck itself.
Oh. What's that? What did it look like? Describe it to me.
It's a fiery beast.
Sick.
Cast fire spell. Like, the whole game, there's only a handful of bosses where you feel like you can't use the Sekiro combat. You kind of have to go back to that Blood Souls thinking of, like, dodge first, not deflect first. And this is definitely one of those bosses where you have to do that.
This looks like the Cleric Beast if you set it on fire.
Kinda, yeah.
Cool.
So, and it's a big open... I like the size of the arena because of all the charge attacks and stuff. And yeah, and then the last boss, which I won't, I guess for spoiler's sake, I won't get into who it is. But yep, that's a pain in the ass too. I struggled more with Demon than I did the last boss, though.
I feel like that's how it goes sometimes. Like, I had a lot more trouble with certain bosses in Bloodborne than I did with the final.
Actually, no, I'm not going to get into it on air about that last fight. That last fight has a fucking bizarre moment that I knew was coming in a sense because I knew there were stages. I didn't see what was going to end up happening. It was fucking cool, I'll say that. So it was worth getting to the end of the game to see that. And that may have been a best in-game moment candidate if I had seen it earlier. Weird. But yeah, that is one hell of a game. Super fucking hard, just like any of them. And yeah, it makes me want to keep playing some From Software games. I almost bought Dark Souls Remastered for $20 on PS4, but then I decided I'd rather play it on Steam. So I will wait patiently for the next Steam sale or From Software sale. I'm ready, I think.
You can play it modded too.
Yeah, I'm looking for the performance. Seeing those games, like, I've been watching like little speed runs just to see the dumb shit they do, and seeing Sekiro or Sekiro speed run is stupid. You can glitch the game to make it think you're swimming across the whole map. It's fucking nuts.
Wow.
So like watching that like at 60 frames because you can tell someone's playing it on PC. I was like, damn, I'd rather play a From Software game at 60 frames. Even though, is the remaster 60 on PS4?
I want to say yes.
Right.
Probably. I don't know.
But still.
John Linneman.
A little tight on the paycheck money right now, so it was good that I waited anyway. Yeah. But yeah, nope, that's I'm waiting for that. I kind of have post From Software completion depression right now. I experienced the same thing after I beat Bloodborne. I tried playing Ratchet & Clank as my next game at that time. Good game. It's just, it's not Bloodborne. And now I'm like, I don't want the next game to be a good game because it's just going to suck me out of it. Like, I want to play Yakuza Kiwami because I started it.
You should have saved Death Stranding for when you beat this game then.
Actually, you want to go back to Death Stranding. I've been thinking about it a lot lately. I don't know why.
Well, like you said, you were like, hey, I wonder if I should be playing a bad game in the wake of a really good one.
No, I still really like that game. There's a reason why I spent 33 hours with that game, evidently. I didn't realize it was that long.
Wait, which?
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding, yeah.
Yeah, so I want to play Yakuza. Disco Elysium keeps staring at me on my computer every time I boot it up. Also been thinking about Dota here lately. The itch is coming back.
Yeah, I haven't heard from it in a while.
I know. The itch is coming back.
It's not good.
So, Yeah, I guess stay tuned next week to see what I choose.
Would you replay Sekiro the way that you jumped back into Bloodborne so quickly after?
At some point, yeah.
But not like grinding to get the perfect ending or any of that stuff?
I'm at a weird spot because Bloodborne, I knew pretty early on that I wanted that platinum, and I adjusted my playthrough a little bit to make that happen. Sekiro, I did that so late, I would have to totally replay the game.
Yeah.
Instead of just doing like a save state like at the end, because you get locked out of that perfect ending pretty early, I think.
They probably saw how many people did that with Bloodborne with the weird cloud save.
Well, you definitely have that option. Like if you get it's pretty much, I don't want to.
Yeah.
But like you kind of require items.
Okay. So you can. Okay.
It's not like a certain amount of items, but you
it.
have to get this item for this ending, this item for this ending,
I
or
gotcha.
whatever. And then at the end, or like if you have the items, it.
But you'd still have to play like a good quarter of the game or whatever.
Well, that's kind of like Bloodborne, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, actually, I mean, you could do all the different paths of the endings and have all the items ready to go for the end, save state, and then be like 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
The fourth one is in the middle. If you make a decision, that's considered like a bad ending.
Oh, right.
But you actually do need to do that, not for the ending, but for the two bosses, because you need to beat all the bosses in the game.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's I think it's a doable platinum. It's just I would have to replay the entire game, and unlike Bloodborne, where there's only one boss, I don't feel confident about. There's a couple in this game I don't feel all that great about.
Yeah.
Demon of Hatred being one of them.
Yeah. Well, you just gotta get behind it and throw fire at it.
Yeah, a fire. Yep, you got it.
Mark, did you play any Sekiro this week?
No. I instead finished Onimusha Warlords.
You sound real excited about that.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
I mean, I liked what I played, but at the same time, was not what I thought it was going to be.
Is it because it's a PS2 game or because it just...
I mean, like, the combat I really enjoyed. I leveled up everything to its max. I got, like, the best armor. I got, like, the best items I could find. I did use a little, like, wiki to, like, solve these little puzzles where you had to, like, open up boxes with certain passwords. That's the only thing I used internet for. Everything else I did on my own. I didn't realize how small this game is. Like, it's like a 4-hour game. And it all takes place in one shrine. It's kind of Resident Evil-ish. And I didn't realize it was going to be that heavy into it, like, cuz I thought it was going to keep progressing forward with the scenery and, like, not kind of linear, but I thought it'd be more in the lines of, like, a Devil May Cry kind of thing where, yeah, you would have to go back sometimes, but at least the area would change.
Yeah.
This is all within this shrine. You can go to the very top of it, you can go to the underneath of it, you can go all around it, and then they unlock different ways. You can even do an optional, like endurance test where you just keep going through floor to floor, fighting creatures till the very end to get these specific items. I think they're like some kind of instruments made out of organs. I don't know what they would do exactly, but I just... Where I was in the game, it's like they don't supply you a lot of healing items. They're very scarce. I didn't realize this. So wanting to do those didn't seem... There was no incentive.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't stock up on anything.
What?
Because I used everything that I had, whatever, and I didn't get any more recovery items until the very end with, like, the final boss.
Is the big turnoff I remember last week the autosave mechanic stuff kind of...
So that, like, I didn't want to go back to the game after that point. Then I realized, because this game is such a backtracking game, like Resident Evil, that you could always find a save point, and I just didn't do it. So it is, like, mostly my fault with that.
But it's also, I mean, but it's still
I'm also a little spoiled.
Yeah, we all are 15 years later.
Did Resident Evil 2 remake autosave?
Yes. Certain parts, yeah.
Yeah, certain parts, but
like
not like
if you're Leon dealing with the crocodile in the sewer.
Oh, yeah.
And if you failed, it would start you right there. You could do a harder mode where you only could save with
I know
ink
that.
ribbon.
Yeah, I know there's the traditional ink ribbon difficulty thing.
Yeah, but you think they would have added something like that with this? I mean, I don't know. But yeah, like after I got to the final boss, I just kind of it was easy to determine the patterns. The ending of the game is very open ended. The coolest part of the game when you get the name Onimusha, that pretty much means like Devil Warrior, Demon Warrior, whatever.
Right.
And I was
How
like,
far in did you learn the name of the game?
I mean,
learn the meaning.
I mean, Oni I always knew, but the Musha part I didn't actually get what it was.
Oh
and
no,
then,
but like how long did it take you in the game for the game to tell you?
I think I'm not sure because there are files you can pick up and read, and I don't know. And I don't know if they mentioned it because I just kind of skipped through them. But the very end is what makes it apparent. So like the files are optional. You can not pick them up, so you might not know. But yeah, the very end it shows him. I'm just gonna spoil him. Who cares?
Spoiler alert!
You pretty much turn into this powerful form, which is Onimusha. You're just glowing blue with white hair warrior, but you never get to play as it. It's just in the ending cutscene.
Now, is that a thing you might get to do in the second one?
Well, the second one you don't play as Samanosuke, you play as a different character.
Yeah.
But he's back in the third one. And the third one's supposed to be a continuation based off of this, but they never really explain what happens the time between and kind of like soft retcons the story. And it's just like, what was the point? Like, I don't... It felt like they didn't know what they were doing with this game when they first made it. Like, they didn't think it was going to be a franchise, or they just didn't know how to end the game. It was so, like, vague. Because, like, the main enemy was supposed to be Nobunaga. You never fight him. They just have a stare-off, and then it, like, fades to credits.
Weird. Is that... that has nothing to do with the fact that you didn't grab those other weapons, right?
No, like, there isn't multiple endings. This is the only ending to this game.
Weird.
And it's just not a good one. So, like, you feel kind of empty-handed by the end of it. And just like the stuff that they try to do to fill time with it, I guess, which is, you know, those little endurance things, playing as the ninja girl running around, doing that stuff. It just seems very filler. Like I can just see that.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, the combat is probably my favorite part of that game. Everything else is just.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. So I mean, it does have some good points. It would be cool to play the other ones if they ever port those. Because that was a series I always wanted to get into and never did.
Would you ever play Onimusha Tactics for the Game Boy Advance? I did not know this existed until...
Yeah. The art looks cool. I haven't really played many tactic games, so I don't know if I would... I don't know. I have to be in the right state of mind to play that.
Hey, speaking of which, did you see that someone did a salty bet for Final Fantasy Tactics?
Weird.
Yeah, it's real cool. It's on Twitch.
Grid-based team.
They hacked Tactics, and then you bet on the outcome of each match.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fucking cool. I forget what it's called.
Did it like speed it up?
Is it part of Salty Bet, or does someone else completely do it?
No, it's not part of it. Yeah, it's a totally different thing. I don't know if it's... I didn't watch any of it. I just saw people talking about it, and I was like, that's cool.
Huh. Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Going into the wiki here of Warlords, when it first came out on the PS2, the length of the game was also part of critical reception. Kind of one of the main complaints about the game.
I mean,
I'm reviewed well.
Yeah, like I'm fine actually with. I mean, because like Resident Evil 2 isn't much longer than that. Like you can, that's like a 5-6 hour game.
A and B side.
True.
And
you could,
and then a Leon B. And
you could do a New Game Plus with this and have a panda costume if you really wanted to.
I mean, that's
cool. That switches the whole thing. That's game changer right there.
No, I mean, it seems like you fall right where everyone else put it. Like GameSpot gave it an 8.4, IGN an 8.9. So
I'd probably give it like a 8 at most.
Yeah, I mean, right there.
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean the combo is really cool because like you do have like you can get into a stance, and like kind of like it's close to like think like Zelda Z targeting.
Okay.
Where like you get ready in the stance, and depending on your direction that you are moving the character, he will do different attacks, like vertical, horizontal attacks with each weapon. And then you can, and that's with one shoulder button, and then with the other shoulder button, you can do blocking, and you don't have to. You can hold them both. Like you don't have to take one finger off of one and one on the other to do either one. I could stay targeted and block while targeting.
That's cool.
Or you don't have to be targeted at all and do whatever attacks you want. But yeah, it's fine.
I'm curious to see what the future of that franchise ends up being.
So then I decided to get into another game that took up pretty much the majority of my week. And I decided to boot up my GameCube.
Oh.
And I've been playing Phantasy Star Online.
Yeah, dude. Is that still online? Like
PC version is.
Okay. All right.
I'm sure there's a way to mod the Wii and use that internet to play that. I've seen people try to date homebrew stuff, whatever. So you can technically. But yeah, I don't have anything like that for my. I used to have an adapter for my GameCube.
So what is the world of Final Fantasy? I'm sorry.
Good night, everyone.
Phantasy Star Online. What does that look like in 2020 on GameCube as we eagerly await the beta for 2?
Like it still holds up.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be a complex game if you let it, but it's in the end, its DNA is very simple.
And how does it work offline?
It's just a single player
still the same
game. Yeah, which is how I've always played it.
Yeah,
mostly. Or like I would do co-op with a friend locally. The coolest part would be like if you both owned the game, made a characters on your memory card, bring them over to a friend's house, boom, there's your character. Cool. You don't have to start over. Oddly enough, I decided to be a magic user this time around, which I rarely ever do in any game. I'm usually
punch.
Yeah. But I figured magic was going to be an important thing in this, and I'm not playing with other people, so I want to have full access to all the tech, which is what they call their magic, is tech or technique, whatever.
Yeah.
And you learn them through acquiring discs. Let's see. They have a. There is a. I don't know what to call it. It's like a guild board. You go to this lady at a counter, and you can choose all these quests. And it's like this in online as well, and even in Phantasy Star Online too. You'll go accept the quest, and then you go out and do it. You pretty much go into the dungeon, you dungeon crawl, grind, finish quest, come back. And usually the story isn't giving you the reason to go or for various things. And some of them are cool, some of them are interesting, some of them actually have an ongoing story you don't realize. And
until later.
Future quests will be a continuation from other ones. You might run into the same characters. Some are just one-off. The one is so strange. So I had this wife hired me to go talk to her husband, who's in the weapon shop just down the way. Your hub world, by the way, is a spaceship, Pioneer 2. And all that's on there is you have your little bank where you can store your items and money. You have a little infirmary. You have the place to accept quests, and then you have the shop. And in the shop, you can identify weapons, you can buy weapons, health items, and armor. So the wife is in the quest area where you get the quests. She wants me to go to her husband, who is in the shopping area, to tell him to stop buying weapons. He has an addiction where he can't stop buying powerful weapons.
Sure.
And so I have to tell him, you can choose multiple answers, but you have to tell him that, like, hey, you're being an idiot, you're wasting money. And he's like, oh, you're right. Please tell her I'm sorry, blah, 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 blah. I'm being a messenger. And she's like, I'll buy him a thing later, but right now we just need to save money. So, like, thank you for
the whole thing's just
getting
point
through
A,
to him
point B.
because she just couldn't, I was like, okay, that's a quest. Another one was this lady was engaged. She was getting married, but she had gained a lot of weight. So she wanted to lose weight by dungeon crawling with me. So she's like a magic healer type or whatever, and she was wearing like this all white outfit. So when you make a character, you have all these different color palettes, and she had the white ones. So of course, like a wedding dress. I get it. So we're running through the whole thing, and by the end of it, she's just automatically thinned up within like 45 minutes.
That's how it works.
That's how dieting works.
Yeah. And another one was that what was it? The ship is scarce with food more particularly sweets because of the ingredients and because the planets are inhabited with evil creatures. Well, the creatures aren't evil, but they got something happened to the planets to make them go evil. So it's hard to get the ingredients and resources, whatever. So sweets are a rarity. So I have to go down there and fight all through these dungeons to find this cake shop. And I was like, and even the people there are like, this is weird, right? Like, you're finding the cake shop in this dungeon? Like, who'd have thunk it? Like,
did Satan make it?
So I was like, I never questioned it. I was just like, maybe this is just Japan, just being Japan, you know?
It's a demon, isn't it? Sugar demon?
No, it's just Japan being Japan.
Oh, all right, cool.
Apparently, this is an ongoing thing. Like, even with the earlier Phantasy Star games.
See, my only exposure, I played that first one on Switch, like, a little bit.
I'm not sure if it's in that one or if it started in the second one.
Too, yeah.
But there is a quest where you have to go get the ingredients or whatever to make a cake.
Oh, wait, no, that is in the first. I did do that.
And the reason behind it was because you could, like, if they had it in the town, it would have been too simple of a task. So they wanted you to, like, earn the items, and they didn't know how to do that other than fighting for it.
No, I remember that.
So they just threw a cake shop into a dungeon. That's just been an ongoing thing with Phantasy. So I didn't realize that they were carrying this tradition. So there's a little more to it than I realized. So I mean, that was pretty cool.
Maybe I didn't. I don't know. That sounds really familiar.
Yeah, they're just like, those are the wackiest ones that I ran into.
Yeah.
For the guild board. But I'm mostly just checking that whole list off because that, you know, the first one's like a tutorial, and then just kind of going through it. It grinds you up, levels you up. So when you go through these levels on your own, Sans missions.
Sans?
Don't.
Sorry.
That's how you get access to the next area. So like the first area is the forest. There's a forest 1, forest 2. Then you fight a boss, which is this underground dragon. If you can go into the forest with all like, because you didn't beat the boss yet because you're too low of a level, you do these missions. So then you level up enough to take on the dragon. Once you beat the dragon, you're able to go to the next area, which is the caves. And then once you unlock that area, it unlocks a whole new list of quests to do based on the caves. So
that's cool. Yeah. I need this to come out now.
And there's 4 areas total for episode 1. I don't think I've ever played episode 2 as much as I've put hours into this game in my life. I've just always started this game over and over and over, just making new characters.
Yeah.
So this time I'm trying to like actually stick through it and see it to the end. I think I've only maybe beaten it once, but I vaguely remember. So now I'm in the 3rd area, which is all like machine based, I believe. Yeah, it's just a lot of like mech like robots, and like each enemy has their own types of weaknesses that you can find out on your own. And yeah, just trying to mix up my weapons and magic, and just trying to juggle all that around is something.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, that's pretty much been my now playing.
Are you playing with that beast of a controller or nah?
Oh, that keyboard?
Yeah.
I never had that, and I've always wanted it. No, I'm still playing with my classic orange GameCube controller that's rattling for some reason.
Time to mod it.
Get a new Smash controller.
Put a keyboard in the middle of it. Well, I played a couple things this week. So I jumped back into Metroid Prime 3 Corruption a little bit. The only note I have written down here is so I'm playing through. I'm on this planet right now, and I don't love the visual design of it. Like, it's very BioShock Infinite.
Steampunk.
It's like all of these like hanging platforms that are connected by like that like brass rivets. You know what I mean? It's like a world full of that. It's like not a great aesthetic. Not what I want Metroid to be. I want Metroid to be like dripping and gross and underground.
You're not really feeling the sci-fi from when you see that.
No, I mean it is technically sci-fi. I get it, but yeah. But I'm running through there, and it's Metroid Prime, right? So I'm going to grab this weapon, and then now I can unlock this thing and whatever. And after I get this one weapon, there's just an alert going off that's like, "Hey, Samus, your ship's taking damage. You should go back to your ship." And I'm like, "All right, I'll make my way back." And they're like, nope, this path is blocked off. I got to go this way now. And then it's like the messages just kind of keep getting increasingly urgent as you get closer back to the ship.
Oh, okay, it's not on a timer.
No. I'm like, all right, and you kind of walk, and where your ship is, it's kind of like you walk forward. There's a window. You can see where your ship is, but you have to go right down a hallway and loop back around the hallway to actually get to it. So as soon as you get up to the window, there's just that giant fucking dude pounding on your fucking ship. And when you finally get out on there, he's standing on top of it and just jumping on it and whatever. And then boss fight ensues and whatever. So I did that boss fight. I got the heat beam. I forget, plasma beam, something like that. You can melt shit now, so now I can melt shit. And I kind of stopped there.
Can you melt that city?
I would like to do that.
Talking about Skytown, Elysia.
Yeah, that's the one. Don't love that place.
Yeah, I can see why. Looking up some pictures of it.
I made something that I call the Shin-Chan mistake. I opened up the eShop and looked at recent releases, and I have not done this in a long time.
Did you impulse buy?
Yeah.
No, I did too the other night.
Dude, it's literally been years since I remember doing this, and I fucking bought a Shin-Chan game, didn't even look. I just went, cool, Shin-Chan, $10, yeah. It's a fucking endless runner.
Oh.
That I looked, it's on the App Store for free. You can download it right now if you really want to. It's hitchy. It like struggles to run on the Switch. I don't know why. I was so mad at myself like 15 minutes after.
What's the name of this?
I don't remember. It's just type Shin-Chan into the App Store and it's whatever stupid endless runner comes up.
I got 3 Sega Ages games.
Ooh, what did you get?
I got Sonic.
Yep.
Because I wanted to play where I could save after beating each level.
Yes.
And continue from there. And with the spin dash turned on, which is I love it, but you can tell the game isn't built for it.
Yeah.
Because I run into a lot of things I shouldn't.
Yeah.
I got Phantasy Star, of course.
Yeah.
Did you start it yet?
Okay, because that one's really cool, actually.
Yeah, I was watching some videos and like retrospectives and whatnot, and yeah, that kind of made me.
And the way that they did that Sega Ages port is really well done. Like they added in the mapping system, so you don't have to do that now. It's really cool.
And Gaining Ground.
I bought that too. Yeah, Gain Ground.
Yeah, Gain Ground.
Yeah, that's a weird game, isn't it?
Yeah, you're slow.
Very slow, but it's a very tactical war game.
Yeah, that's probably better multiplayer for sure.
Yeah, I do want to. Yeah, Crayon Shin-Chan Runner, Flaming Kasukabe Runner is kind of the. I don't know. Okay. It's fine. I'll keep poking at it just because now I have it. But man, as soon as I started playing, I was like, "Is this a mobile port?" And then I typed it into the app store. Fucking mobile port. God damn it. I went back to Fire Emblem 3 Houses just last night, actually, after the Byleth reveal and really after the new DLC reveal where they showed a 4th house. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Which is funny because
that came like after, right?
Like worldwide, they got that info, but we didn't get it stream-wise. Like it wasn't
in that Smash Direct.
No, it was only just if you were subscribed on YouTube, then you saw it pop up there.
Yeah. So, but the 4th one adds this 4th house of underground cool wolf people. I think they're called the Grey Wolves, I think is what their house name is. I might be wrong about that, but
I see what they're trying to do.
But yeah, they are. It's cool. So I was like, yeah, I never finished that second playthrough. I really did want to buy Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Encore, but I'm like, I mean, even before the Shin-Chan mistake, I've been trying not to spend money.
Yeah,
trying to save a little bit, and I was like, do I need that? All right, so did I talk about the Joe Pera thing?
Before we start with that, the Ashen Wolves.
The Ashen Wolves, yeah, gray, ash. Yeah. Did I talk about the Joe Pera thing, the Adult Swim show?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the yes? The 3 questions?
Yes.
Okay, so...
Yeah, because in the grocery store, like, do I, whatever, do I want to eat it?
Yeah,
Would I eat whatever?
Should I buy this? Will I eat this? Can I afford this?
Did you do that for that eShop game?
No, I did not do that for Shin-Chan. But I did do that for Tokyo Mirage Sessions. And it was like, I can't answer yes to all 3 of these questions. So I'm going to hold off. But honestly, like...
It was on the eShop.
Dude, it was the weirdest momentary lapse of... I have no idea. So Fire Emblem 3 Houses, I jumped back in my second playthrough where I was with the Black Eagles. And I had started that one on classic mode and hard difficulty. So the difficulty is higher and permadeath is on. There's now a newer difficulty called Maddening. That's like super hard, but I'm not there yet. This really feels, so everything I'm doing now feels so much more intentional, you know, and I feel like I have a better understanding of the world and of the game. It's much better playing through a second time, which I didn't think going, like when I first started the save, I was kind of like, you know what I mean? I had just done this. Do I want to do this again? But now I'm like, oh no, this is the right thing to do it again.
Like, if you didn't have the options to pick different houses, would this have been something you would still start over?
If it were, if the difficulty is enough, I think, to definitely make it a better experience.
Okay.
Even if you couldn't pick different houses, historically, Fire Emblem games always give you different party options. Like you can recruit different people along the way. So I would have had that option. But having the different house totally changes the thing, because now I'm kind of thrown in with more people that when I first started this, I was like, these aren't my kids. This is not what, I don't want to do this. And now it's been a couple months since I've done that playthrough. I'm like, oh, who are you? Well, nice to meet you. Come on in. And I've already recruited two of my faves from the Golden Deer. I brought over Lysithea and Raphael. I had to get him in there.
Yeah.
So I brought them in. What's cool, so playing on like a New Game Plus style thing, you have what's called Renown, and you earn that in your first play. You earn it in both playthroughs, but your Renown is something you can kind of spend on experience. So you do that all throughout your regular playthrough, but now in New Game Plus, I already have kind of a leg up. So I have, you could spend the Renown on your character level, or as a teacher, or your professor level. You can spend it on relationship bonds, so you can kind of quickly jump up your support ranks from C, B to A, or whatever. Just, it sort of gives you a leg up on certain aspects. So I just maxed out my sword proficiency as my main character, because now anyone who needs to learn sword, I can teach them better. And on the battlefield, I can kind of come through if I need to like clean some shit up. It's still not easy by any means. Like, I am the first playthrough, that Divine Pulse, where you're able to like turn back time 5 times per game, or that number increases as you play. But that whole thing, I didn't really use a bunch the first game, because if somebody fell, I was just like, well, can I make it through the rest of the match without everybody dying? Cool, great, they'll all come back. Well, now permadeath is on, so if someone falls, they're dead. So I've been using the Divine Pulse quite a bit. There was one battle where I like used all of my pulse charges, and still I was like, nope, gotta reload the save. Can't do this. To be fair, it was Ferdinand who died, and I don't really care about him because he's a dick. He just keeps talking about how he's a fucking noble, and the fortunate must help the unfortunate. It's like, go fuck yourself, Ferdinand. Fucking high and mighty. Nobody needs you around here.
Take him out.
Does this game keep throwing new recruits at you, like an XCOM or Darkest Dungeon would, if you keep losing students?
No, you will. You could burn out, and yeah, if you just died, you would lose. There's only, I don't know how many, but let's just say like 36 total people you can get, and yeah, if they're dead, which wouldn't be good. So yeah, the Divine Pulse is being able to just go like, okay, here's where I fucked up, and you can just jump back and redo that. I think it's a necessary thing in this game, at least for my experience level. But it's making me play the game better, rather than just kind of roll the dice and see what happens. I'm like getting better at the strategy and the tactics part, which is really exciting. It like gets different gears turning and feels cool.
Does I know you bumped up the difficulty. Mm-hmm. Does New Game Plus do that as well, or no?
No. New Game Plus just kind of New Game Plus really just keeps your clock running on your total save time, and lets you bring forward certain things you would unlock, like.
So I know a lot of New Game Plus like lets you do the items thing, but like a From Software New Game Plus ups
the difficulty,
enemy health and difficulty.
I don't think it does inherently. This just kind of gives you the you can like quickly bring your support class back up. You can like do those types of things where you can pull levels together. Like right now, all of the Golden Deer, I can like I forget what it is I can unlock, but like any of the things they've learned. Like you get the certifications for each student as they level up. Like you can just kind of unlock it. You have to spend like renown to do it, but you don't need to actually grind and level that skill up and then level the thing up and then take the test. Like you can just buy it, which is cool. I'm excited to see that playthrough a little bit more. Kept seeing, people on my friends list who had like 165 hours and stuff, and I was like, damn, I did that first playthrough in like 40. I don't know how they're doing all this, and now I'm like, oh, I get it. Yeah, this is you could really get into this shit. But the big part of my week was actually spent playing Doom on Nintendo Switch. We specifically Sigil. I finally played through Sigil. So we talked, I think, like real quickly at the end of last episode about how the Switch ports and all ports of Doom from last year got upgraded. So now they include Sigil and other stuff. It goes a little bit further than that. There's a really good Digital Foundry video from John Lunneman. It's about 15 minutes, goes into all the changes. But this is the first time that the original Doom ports run at 60 frames per second. You can do scaling so that you can change the aspect ratio but still retain the sprite scaling is in effect, so it still looks good. It's not stretching anything. But they added Sigil, so you kind of go through the menu now, and you can just, from the start menu, you can like download mods to the Doom games. It's real weird that it happens on console.
Yeah.
But I installed Sigil, which is you had to like install it. From
Was that the only mod available?
There's 3 that I saw. The other ones, the Final Doom is supposed to be available, but I couldn't find that by name. Maybe it was called something else. There were 2 other ones, and
dude, it'd be if Brutal Doom was one you could get.
If it's not, it is something they're planning. I'm pretty sure. Like they want to keep making this a platform. They're not done with this at all.
Have you played that one?
No, but
Oh my god.
But it was cool. So I installed Sigil, played through Sigil. I was texting Ben about it all week long. Like him and I were getting pretty gnarred out over fucking rad metal shit. It is way harder than just. There's a lot of like puzzle solving in Sigil that I don't remember from Doom. In a cooler way. So a lot of what's in Sigil, you've got really dark maps. It kind of feels like playing the Lost Levels, right? Like you play the Lost Levels and it's like, why is it daytime but the sky is black? Like, oh, because fuck you. That's Sigil.
You're still a Doom Marine.
Yeah. Because it picks up after the end of like you killing the cyber demon.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or spider. What is that? Why am I second guessing myself now? Cyber demon? Is that what it is?
That sounds like.
Nope, not cyber demon. What's the big spider boy?
Spider-Man.
It's not Spider-Man.
Tim Burton. Yeah, I don't know. So what is Cyber Demon?
Spider Mastermind. Cyber Demon is a thing. It's the big guy.
That's the head, right?
That's the Cacodemon.
Cacodemon.
Yeah. The Spider Mastermind. But yeah, so it picks up after that, but you're like in a different layer of hell.
Okay.
It's fucking cool. The first level is literally just a pentagram, like drawn out in the map, and then you kind of break out of the pentagram and you work your way through these weird platforms. And a lot of the game, you've got this little like eye. It's like a green glowing like sigil with triangle eye.
Okay.
You know, that symbol.
Yeah.
You have to shoot those to like activate platforms. Like there's switches you shoot throughout the level. So you're doing a lot of that. You're still getting key cards and things like that and working your way through.
Is that new music too?
New music. There's MIDI tracks by an artist whose name I don't recall, but somebody that Romero worked with and used some of the dude's already made music. Plus, he recorded, I think, 2 new tracks for Sigil. And then if you get it on the PC, you can actually buy it for $6.66 with Buckethead's music, which the Buckethead music's fucking cool. It's really good.
Yeah.
So I might go back and do it there. Because I had done it before, but the thing with all this stuff is, like, in order to install these mods on PC, like, you got to do a little bit of directory work and moving some shit around. And It's a little cumbersome. If you kind of know your way around a computer file system, you're fine. And there's instructions and stuff to do so, but it can definitely be. It's more work than it was on Switch, where you literally hit like a button and then hit search and install, like boom, 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 and then you just have to turn it on. It's neat, and yeah, they're supposed to keep adding it. They did it on the phone version as well. So if you bought any version of Doom that was released after QuakeCon last year, you have this now, which is
I didn't know Doom was on phone.
They had it a long time ago, and then
or maybe I didn't know.
When iOS updated to 64-bit, the old version of Doom couldn't be played anymore. But yeah, who knows?
Weird.
There's a thing called add-ons.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at them. I was trying to see which ones were available on Switch, but like it's weird ones, like No Rest for the Living by Nerve Software. Yeah, I don't know if they're specifically for Switch, but like it's a whole.
So Nerve is the developer who ported it to Switch, and the Nerve did all of these ports. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, they have one that they made themselves, but then there's also like
TNT Evolution by Team TNT. I see the Blatunia Experiment by Dario Casali and Milo Casali. But like, I was thinking it's just like Final Doom, that kind of it's
weird shit. Yeah, and they're gonna keep doing that. I think eventually they want to get to the point where you can just have full ass community support and people can upload what they want.
I mean, that's how you keep it fresh and keep it alive.
And that's how you get you to sign into a Bethesda account.
Yeah, I mean, but that seems like the goal. Like they want to get you playing Doom again, which is neat. So I beat Sigil, and then I'm playing through Doom, like raw, regular Doom.
I wonder if like that was just an honest mistake. Now, like knowing they were going to do the add-on thing, it didn't make release, but they forgot to turn off the login associated with that.
Could have been that. Yeah, I don't know. It's neat though, man. I never played all the way through any of those. You know what I mean? But
Doom gets hard.
Yeah, I forgot.
In some instances, they just start hard.
Yeah, well, what's cool is like I went back to it with the 2016 approach of push forward murder. No, it works.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, I hold down that fucking ZL trigger and I'm sprinting.
That's just how I play games in general. So
you do great at this.
Maybe that's why I'm bad at Doom.
But no, Sigil was really cool. I really liked it. It was neat. The final boss was fun, but it's just a fun, dumb game. The couple final levels in Sigil are like really tough, like puzzle. You're a lot of like running in circles, like what the fuck am I supposed to do here? And it's like, oh, that's clever. So it's really neat.
My favorite's when I finish a map and they're like, you missed all these secrets. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah,
I don't care. Just let me move on.
Speaking of moving on, we are going to move on to a break. But before we do, no, Matt, it's not another Sonic the Hedgehog Mad Libs, because if we did too much Sonic, Matt would complain. So I have a little game I like to call, Is This a Mario? Where you guys will be given a Mario suit, and you tell me, is it a Mario, or did I make it up? Are you ready for the first one?
Yeah.
Clown Mario.
Clown
Mario.
No,
I made it up. Sponge Mario.
No,
I made it up. Bunny Mario.
Yes, that's
no.
real.
Which game is it from, Mark?
Super Mario Land.
Bunny Mario appears in Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins by touching a carrot.
Damn, I forgot about those Game Boy games.
Ooh,
Which is whole weird because the whole Mario with like rabbits, like Odyssey and the whole moon thing. There's a space level in Land 2.
Balloon Mario.
Yes.
Which game?
Super Mario World.
Yes. That's probably why
Super Mario World.
That's why I know.
Yep.
I should just assume that if I know it's from Super Mario World.
He's appeared in other games, but yeah. Duck Mario.
No,
I made it up. Soda Mario?
No.
Pipe Mario?
No.
Technically, no.
What do you mean technically no?
There is a character named Mr. Pipe.
Oh, alright.
A warp pipe that appears in the game Yoshi's New Island. At the end of the game, you find out that it's Adult Mario disguised as a warp pipe. But Pipe Mario does not exist.
Whoa.
I made that up. But I
got it. You drew from inspiration.
Deep cut.
No. I made up Pipe Mario, and then I was like, "Is this a real one?" And I looked, and I was like, "Well, there's Mr. Pipe, which doesn't really." Yeah. You got. Did we do Meat Mario yet?
No.
Meat Boy, but not
Meat Mario.
No.
Nah, I made it up. We did that, and Boat Mario.
No.
I'm going to say yes.
Yes. It's an origami-like transformation in Paper Mario: The 1,000-Year Door. It allows Mario and his partners to traverse across water unscathed.
Huh.
I was trying to think of what game that they could get away with making him a boat, and I didn't think of Paper Mario. Damn. It's been a lot of Mario games, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah. I was looking through. I'm like making shit up. I'm like, this is oh, shit, they did that. Okay.
Yeah, he was a cloud. He was a bee.
Yeah, I was like, Cloud Mario. I don't know. He's been a Cloud. Yeah. Penguin. Oh, yep. Frog. Oh, yep. A lot of them. A lot of them.
Oh.
Yeah. Sonic the Mario. All right. Well, we will take a quick break, and when we get back, there's a lot of news to go through from the week. Maybe we'll do another one of the Mad Libs. Be right back. This just in, well, not just in, you've probably heard by now, but PlayStation will not participate in Electronic 3 2020. PlayStation will instead participate in hundreds of consumer events across the globe. Matt, can you name 5 consumer events across the globe?
We named 10 last episode.
We did?
Yeah, remember the E3 list. Or the Twitter list.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, that's fair. Fair enough. All right.
That's 10.
Can you name 90 more consumer events across the globe? So as Sony Interactive Entertainment spokesperson said, after thorough evaluation, SIE has decided not to participate in E3 2020. We have great respect for the ESA as an organization, but we do not feel the vision of E3 2020 is the right venue for what we are focused on this year. We will build upon our global event strategy in 2020 by participating in hundreds of consumer events across the globe. Our focus is on making sure fans feel part of the PlayStation family and have access to play their favorite content. We have a fantastic lineup of titles coming to PlayStation 4, and with the upcoming launch of PlayStation 5, we are truly looking forward to a year of celebration with our fans. Sounds like, ever since Jim Ryan took over, they are keeping things Europe Central.
That's fine. They don't need to be at E3. I think they proved that last year.
Yeah, they'll be at Gamescom.
Yeah. I don't know they're going to be anyway. I think they're going to do their own event.
No, they're going to be at hundreds of consumer events across the globe,
just
Matt.
Showing off bullshit after they announce it, which is coming.
Yeah.
I think in February.
Yeah, more than likely that'll be soon. Hopefully we can stop this speculation crap and just know what it is. But yeah, they won't be at E3.
No.
Which is fine, because E3 sounds like it's...
Like, we just don't know what the box and the controller officially look like.
There's things, though, right? There's always going to be that thing where you're like, oh, they're doing that, you know? Like,
yeah,
we don't know that
the
thing
gimmick
yet.
Thing, right? Yeah, I get it, but I think we know more. You don't need to, remember, the last time they unveiled a console was a fucking disaster. Pro.
I don't look at that as a console reveal. I look at that
as Marc Cerny on stage revealing a new console.
Yeah, but...
Which is a console reveal.
No, they revealed a revision. That's different. It's like when they do the slim version. You know what I mean? That's what that looked like.
I just don't see it doing that much else besides all the things they've talked about, which is all just hardware component upgrades to make things look prettier and run better.
It's got to be more than that. They've got to do changes to the... I want to see the UI. I want to see what the thing does. All those things. They got to show that off.
I mean, but I don't think it needs to be this huge thing. I think what you do is you do a reveal. You actually use... What's that PlayStation Theater they have in New York? Use that boy. Get the press in there. Half an hour conference. And then you let the press play some prototypes.
Well, speaking of prototypes we can play, it looks like we will not be playing the Final Fantasy VII Remake prototype final version. anytime soon. Bad segue. Trying to tell you the Final Fantasy VII Remake got delayed to April 10th, 2020 from March 3rd, 2020. I'm sorry if this is your first time hearing about this. I don't want to be the one to break the news, but
prepare for a couple more.
Which is funny because the demo was delayed to the original release date.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that's still...
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I can see why. I don't think the demo is there to like show the game off. I think it's for those that are curious about the combat system.
Yeah,
and maybe even an homage to the original demo for Final Fantasy VII.
I'm just wondering if the demo got pushed back as well.
I'm sure it did.
I'm hoping the demo comes out when it was supposed to come out because that'll let me figure out ahead of time which combat system I want. You know what I mean? Because I'm kind of like, do I want to?
Yeah, I think that's a day and date with the game because I think Square Enix knows that the people are going to get this game are going to get it.
Yeah.
And why put out a demo when you don't need to?
That's true.
And then the people that are on the fence, well, now you have an opportunity to play the game and see if you really do want to invest in it.
Yeah.
I see that demo still coming out day and date.
Cool.
Look puzzled. What's up?
I did not know that they announced Ms. Marvel as part of that Avengers game in October.
They showed a little clip and everything.
Huh. That's cool.
Great.
Rad.
Can't wait to not play as her September 4th.
But Marvel Avengers delayed till September 4th, 2020. What else?
Give a 0.3 on the check for Matt.
We got one more. I think one more, right?
One more. The big one.
I don't know if there's another one yet. CD Projekt Red announced that Cyberpunk 77 has now been delayed to September 17th, 2020. So, boom. That opens up the springtime a little bit, huh?
Yeah. I did officially. I didn't know how I was going to schedule some work things, but it just got easier. I just take off the Friday for Final Fantasy VII, and, don't have to worry about any more days off. I mean, Resident Evil 3, but let's just face it, it will take me a morning to get too scared to continue on, so.
Yeah. You could probably beat that in the week, though. Before 7 comes out, and then, yeah.
Oh, yeah, probably, but, I mean, I'm just being real.
Yeah.
I don't think it's healthy to play a game at 120 beats per minute.
It's good. Gets the blood flowing.
I guess.
You'll beat the game quicker.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Thankfully, Doom is still locked in March 20th because after playing through Sigil this week, I was like, all right, I'm fucking ready to do this.
And Animal Crossing.
Oh, dude.
Well, I guess that's a good.
I already got my first town tune picked out. I'm fucking ready.
I wonder, how long it takes to even get to that point where you can probably customize that.
Doom trailer was this week, right?
Doom trailer happened this week. It did happen this week. It showed 0 Animal Crossing, but it's there, man. We got a little bit more. It was a lot of VO in this Doom trailer with we don't know who, some lady talking.
Also visual differences.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah. Well, we saw him kind of.
The Doom Slayer is beefier now.
Yeah, and you saw his head.
Yeah.
What else did we see? I mean, rip and tear,
health,
right?
Health, Earth. Why did I say health? Earth.
Hell on Earth.
Yeah.
Health. Yeah, I get it.
I like the little. I don't know if that cover art was out before, but the Doom Slayer is no longer fighting demons; they're just dead. Doom Eternal box art.
Oh yeah,
I haven't even looked at it. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's him. It's the same little thing he's on, but yeah, they're just all dead. Just down there.
That's cool.
Pete Hines has been on Twitter, starting to fucking poke a little bit. People complaining about the Cyberpunk delay. He's like, and then people are like, "Well, didn't you delay?" Okay.
We delayed first.
Speaking of delays, Shenmue 3 gets new DLC launching January 21st. That's right, you don't have to wait too much longer to step into the shoes of another protagonist with Battle Rally, available for $7.99 United States dollars. Battle Rally, quote, offers fresh gaming activities in a race unlike any other, as contestants engage in head-to-head battles whilst racing their way through the course.
Cool.
There you go.
It's weird to see Shenmue and Speed, but all right.
Yeah. Marc talked about the Sega Ages games a little bit earlier, and We now know that Sega Age's Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for Nintendo Switch will include playable Knuckles, which is fucking cool. They added Knuckles in a couple things before, but now... Oh, well, you got it in Sonic Mania was the big one. But now they're bringing in like the Sonic and Knuckles lock-on technology built right into the game here. M2 still doing fucking great work, man. Is there a release date on that yet? Have they said?
I'm sure you already beat me to that article.
I thought it was already... Like, I thought it was like really soon.
It has to be. Yeah. Ring keep mode, supersonic mode, Knuckles.
Because something else just, I think Puyo just came out.
Japanese Puyo.
Yeah.
It came out over there.
It's not worldwide.
Not that I was just looking at all of them. Shinobi's this week too. Shinobi's been out in Japan for a little while, but not. This just says it's due out soon.
That's a game that can just drop, though. I don't think you need...
They've done weird things with the Sega Ages stuff, because some of them, they, like, announce them and make, like, a big deal, like, hey, it's coming in 2 weeks. And then other ones, they're like, here it is. You know, like, I don't know. Weird.
I mean, I get it. They're not all probably worthy of, like, all right, 2 weeks out.
Well, that's the weird thing, is, like, some of them that you wouldn't expect, like, they... announced Columns 2 like months in advance.
I almost got that.
Me too. And they were like, Columns 2's coming. And you're like, okay, I see it. It was like, they announced that for like October in July. It was weird. And then like, I don't know. Speaking of Switch, the Bloodstained Ritual of the Night for Switch received a new update this week that seemingly fixes a lot of the things that folks are, had been experiencing on that platform. A lot of stability improvements, better load times, and they where was it? Stability improvements such as crashes experienced while interacting with bookcases, which was a recurring theme throughout that game. We are rounding the edges here, but... Oh, actually, we're not. Jeez. Horizon Zero Dawn coming to the personal computer, reports from Kotaku state.
Was that official or just the sources?
Oh. I mean...
Like, PlayStation come out and say it yet?
I don't know.
I mean, Schreier said this.
Yeah,
I know we take Schreier's word for granted, but like, did we officially get a blog post or something about it?
As of right now, I don't think so.
And there was also word that Dreams is also coming
to
PC. So I think this is just the start of a thing here.
Yeah.
I think this all but confirms Horizon 2 launch title PS5.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, so much for Twisted Metal.
That's okay. It's all right. So that is coming. Matt, what's this deal about Hunt Showdown? I know it's coming to PS4 in May. Is that right?
Oh, shit. There was a reason why I put it here. Fuck, sorry.
I mean, that is like the newer thing was PS4.
Well, yeah, I think it was because of PS4. We didn't know it was on PS4, right? Or didn't know it was coming?
I thought they had announced that it was coming. We didn't know when.
I didn't know.
Maybe that's it.
I didn't know at all.
I mean, I didn't know at all, but... Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. February 18th, 2020, not May. My bad.
There we go. Is that going to be cross-play?
Well, I don't know. Xbox and PC aren't even cross-play.
Right.
I mean, unless they're waiting to do it when Sony's on board.
Oh, Sony is on board.
I mean, like when it releases.
Yeah,
I don't know if
like when it comes to PlayStation. Yeah. That's why I had on there, because I thought the PS4 thing was news. My bad.
That's cool though. I need to get back into it. I haven't touched it since they've done all these patches.
It's yeah, I like that game a lot.
Yeah,
I need to play it with someone. I can't play it by myself.
I think that's like the one battle royale game I actually enjoy.
Yeah, it's good
because it's not just straight up battle royale. It's unique.
Yeah,
it's fucking cool, and the setting is awesome as well.
That song is still on my Spotify list. Because there's a version where it's instrumental, and then there's a version with lyrics.
I did make sure when it did go 1.0 that the music stayed, and it did, and I was very happy that they made that decision.
We've got an animated Mortal Kombat movie debuting this year.
Yeah, that's
kind of announced out of nowhere. It seems like it's a lot of folks who are behind production and creation of a lot of the DC animated movies. I'm seeing a lot of stuff like Assault on Arkham, Justice League Throne of Atlantis, et cetera, are working on this. Confirmed, you got Joel McHale as Johnny Cage, Jennifer Carpenter as Sonya Blade.
That's
not Rhonda. It's
pretty good casting.
Then we've got other characters. They've got a lot of names here. I'm not going to list all of them out, but you got Liu Kang, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Shang Tsung, Quan Chi, Kano, Raiden, Jax Briggs, Goro, Kitana, and of course Fred Tatasciore as Demon Torturer. I like him. I don't know what Demon Torturer is, but I like him.
Yeah, the only, I wish I knew a lot of these people that were voicing the characters, but the only one that really stood out was Sub-Zero's because it's Steve Blum. And he's most notable for being Spike in Cowboy Bebop and
okay.
Tom the Robot in Toonami.
I know a couple of them. Gray Griffin as Kitana. She's done, I think maybe that's I don't know if that's her married name or what, but she was in, she did like Catwoman in the Arkham games. She's done a lot of different.
Sounds like it's going to be a pretty decent thing.
Done a lot of DC work too. Yeah, no, they're doing it.
Wouldn't be surprised if this led to a what was it? DC versus Mortal Kombat.
I'm curious to see what happens because we also saw that Joker reveal this week in the game. Did you watch that one? Joker.
Yeah, the trailer.
Yeah, the little friendship thing at the end was a nice touch. World of Horror. Did we both post this? Did I post it?
You posted it.
Yeah, I think it was just you.
Oh, never mind. I'm looking at it and I was like, oh, looks like Marc posted it too. This, I don't know. This just looked really cool to me, so I've
been waiting for this.
Yeah,
I thought it was out already and I missed it. Turns out it wasn't out yet.
I don't think I had heard of it. It is a cosmic horror retro RPG. It's going to launch via early access on February 20th for $14.99, and then a full release late 2020 on PS4, Switch, PC, and Mac. World of Horror follows the rural residents of a seaside Japan town facing inhuman terrors in a world spiraling toward madness. Investigate the return of eldritch monsters and solve puzzles to collect arcane spell components. Struggle against malevolent legends of folklore like the Akamanto and Kuchisake Onna summoned by performing dark rites. I don't know. It looks like an old fucking DOS game, and
I follow the person on Twitter, so I just keep seeing pictures. I'm like, that's why it made me think that I missed it, but no, it's just
it looks really cool.
Yeah.
So that'll be out next month.
Nice.
We talked
on everything, or it's just what'd you say?
Just Steam early
just
access.
Steam. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Full release late 2020. It says.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
We previously talked about that Fire Emblem Three Houses DLC, Cindered Shadows, coming out February 13th as part of the $24.99 expansion pass, which I think so far the expansion pass has really been like costumes and like a couple other things, but nothing real content heavy. But this will be out next month. You get to unearth the secrets beneath the Garreg Monastery to explore the abyss, home to the monastery's secret fourth house, the Ashen Wolves. We'll find out. And then I think that's everything except for the Smash Brothers stuff, right?
I think the CD Projekt Red, the multiplayer part of it, there's two parts of that. One is not coming after 2021, but that was revealed to be the other AAA game that they have in development.
Ooh.
So.
Wow. So it's a lot bigger than what I was thinking.
Or it's
I thought it was going to be Gwent, but with space.
no, they came out and said that was like the other. Because that was the thing a while ago. It was like Cyberpunk and this other thing, but it's the multiplayer.
That was their thing.
So I guess that's something you can just get separately. You don't need Cyberpunk 2077 to play.
Because it could be like a GTA Online. I can see them doing that.
Yeah.
And making a fucking money-milking machine.
That makes sense.
If it turns out well.
Wow.
Just first person in a Cyberpunk town instead of San Andreas. Or Los Santos.
Our last news story of the week is that Byleth from Fire Emblem joins Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. We got our first look at the 5th fighter of the Fighters Pass announced, almost 2 years ago now at this point? Something like that, right?
Is it 2 years?
Is it 2 years? I thought it was a year.
I mean, we first saw Smash March of 2018. It came out that fall, and you could buy the Fighters Pass day one. We probably learned about the Fighters Pass.
Oh, the whole year was the Fighter Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our 5th fighter will be Byleth. And then we learned that there will be 6 more fighters in Fighter Pass 2, which we'll come back to. But first, boy, what a
10-11s.
I'm watching this and I'm like, all right, that's funny. They know everybody be pissed off if they put another Fire Emblem character, so they're going to do this, and they'll do the fake out thing. And then they show Byleth actually playing, and I was like, huh, all right. And then Byleth comes back. It's the little, hand-drawn animation cutscene of him walking back to Sothis Underground, and she's like, oh, you're done already? And I was like, okay, got it. Now, come on, let's see Dante. Let's see him. And then they're like...
Well, when she said, are you prepared to die, I thought it was going to be a Dark Souls, turn around for a second.
I was like, this is a fake out. They know. And then they did the sword fighter joke, and I was like, okay, all right, yeah, I get it. So who's the actual fighter? Nope, it's fucking Byleth. Which is, I'm fucking happy. So after playing 3 Houses last summer, I was like, dude, put Byleth in. And they did. What's neat is, this time around, I feel like Fire Emblem is actually, totally represented in this one character. Because all the other characters were kind of one note, whatever. But this one, being able to use all the different weapons of the creator with the different directional attacks actually lets you bring Fire Emblem into this game. Where there is a bow fighter now, you get to use the lance, the axe, the sword, the bow. It's all in one character, which is really neat. As opposed to before, where it's just kind of I think it's cool. I think that the whole presentation was just weird and whatever, which. In typical, the Terry Bogard room is so fucking bizarre, too. This one just keeps going. I just can't wait to see what other nightmares they unleash.
It made me realize now why that presentation was so under wraps. And I thought it was going to be because whatever they had was going to be, this big grand thing. When really, I think it was out of fear.
Oh, that was damage control. For sure, that was damage control.
Yeah, you know what? But I think had they prepped everybody, it probably wouldn't have been as bad. When they finally showed him off, if you had a trailer at least a day or two before breaking it down, or just whatever,
well,
that would have given people time to.
I think you could have did a direct. Hold off on include him in the direct, but then say all right,
here's 6. Here's the 6th one, right? Dude, soften this blow a little bit.
Well, I was gonna say announce Fighter Pack 2, but. Show the first one.
Show the first, exactly.
And be Dante or Crash.
Yeah, no,
anyone.
Literally
anyone. Yeah, I saw. So this is the thing. I was at work when this was revealed, so I saw the announced trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I reacted the way I did, and then I fucked off and went back to work. And then I got done doing something. I came back to my computer. And then I flipped it back on, and I saw Cuphead. Oh, fuck! And then I realized it was a Mii fighter. Fuck off, man. I can't win today.
That, and then that hot crossover Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Cross Altair. Which is
What's that?
I
saw something about Altair.
They put an Altair costume in, but instead of saying Smash Cross Assassin's Creed, it was Smash Cross Altair. It was real weird.
I think that must have been some type of...
Are those games even on Switch?
Yes, now they are.
I thought they just have 3.
The first one is not. Altair is not on.
So Altair is not even on Switch.
No.
Oh. Well, he's the most recognizable one, right?
Ezio is.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is immediately right after him,
But he has 3 games. He's less boring than Altair.
What's the Rebel collection? That's the
that's Black Flag and
the other one,
Rogue or whatever.
Yeah,
yeah, it is that.
Which was the
previous
gen game.
Yeah, it was the PS3 one.
There is an Ezio collection, but I think that's not on Switch.
Well, there you have it.
I mean, no one really likes the first game anymore when you go back to it. It's fucking repetitive. I didn't like it at the time, really.
Yeah.
It was just cool what it could have opened up to, just for Desmond.
Yeah, I really like 2. I really like Brotherhood too. I like the Assassin's Guild thing you can build. Mm-hmm. That was probably my favorite one.
Yeah.
Revelations is more of the same, which whatever.
But we're getting a new. So Byleth is the 80th video game character in the game, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. Across how many fucking characters they have in this game. A lot.
70 of them are Fire Emblem.
There's a new stage based on the monastery, which makes sense. In the background, they show. It'll kind of show different cameos of popular characters from Three Houses. I do have one complaint. This is the thing I think most people aren't complaining about enough. One of the representatives from the Golden Deer they decided to put in is Lawrence, which what the fuck, man? Where's Raph? Where's my boy?
Where's my? You know?
Yeah.
So they can't handle Raph for the same reasons.
I guess you're right. But yeah, we got Mii Fighter costumes inspired by Cuphead, Rabbids, Altair, and various Mega Man games. The Cuphead costume comes with a new music track. You
have to buy that though, right?
Yes, those are separate from the Fighter's Pass. Or Fighter Pass. And then we got Fighter's Pass. Volume 2 will be available. So Byleth joins on January 28th for $5.99 if you want to buy it individually or part of the Fighter's Pass. And then Volume 2 of Fighter's Pass will be available as well. All right, so with that, we learned 6 new characters are coming to Smash following this.
Yeah, predetermined.
Sakurai didn't pick them, so you can't tweet them. They can't do another Fire Emblem character, right?
As long as another game doesn't come out.
Watch them. They'll do it.
So this is between now and the end of 2021 is when these 6 are scheduled for release.
Right. If there's another Fire Emblem, I'm going to assume that there's one. Or I'm going to prepare myself that there's going to be one.
I can't imagine they will.
Whoever the representative of the Ashen Wolves will be your next.
All right, so I do think that there's someone from Breath of the Wild 2.
See, he made that thing where it was like, oh, after I beat Breath of the Wild, I guess I can't put Zelda in here. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah.
There's a second one.
Yeah.
But
I wonder.
That's a red herring.
I think, but I also think I'm looking forward at okay, what does Nintendo's release schedule look like in the next 2 years? Mm-hmm. There's something from Breath of the Wild 2. Whether it is Zelda playable
Probably
that.
Probably Zelda, because you all are saying that Zelda looks to be playable or something.
Yeah, or they could put input in, or it could be that. They could finally put Majora in there. Or not Majora, what's the little dude? Majoni.
No, I don't want Skull Kid.
Skull Kid, thank you. No, I know, but
I could see it. It would make sense if they did it, but isn't he an assist trophy?
He is, but...
Or the moon.
Oh. They both are, yeah.
Yep.
But you could always patch it or to where it's just hey, bye, you're not a thing anymore, which they should do with Waluigi.
I was going to say, do you think that they put Waluigi in as a playable? Is he one of those?
I think he's the 6th.
He should be the first character they announce.
Huh.
No, I think he's the 6th.
I feel like if you're first party Nintendo, get it out of the way.
I think you make your first 5 Fire Emblem characters and then your 6th one.
So do you think the 6 characters is because they wanted to do what am I trying to say here? They wanted to do 5, but Waluigi, they were like, we gotta put him in, make it the
Probably,
6th.
Yeah.
And then it'll still be $24.99.
It would make it an even 12 if you count Piranha Plant.
That's yeah, exactly.
I forgot about.
So I'm wondering.
Not part of that.
So I'm wondering if one of those fighters is another a pre-order bonus.
Well,
for what?
Because if you got the fighter pass, before
pre-order
you got
for the
Piranha Plant.
Flight
I'm wondering
Pass.
if one of those counts as that, or if that's just all.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't even that. It was just buying the game.
Oh, was it?
Got you Piranha Plant.
Oh, okay, then probably not then. Which, I mean, the feeling I was getting anyway was that none of that is a pre-order incentive.
Yeah. Who else do you think? Like, what else?
At this point,
I think you
after
might get
this,
a ring fit dude in there.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
I'm done wondering.
Well, I think that
I'm burnt.
the Byleth thing makes me think, like, for sure there's another first-party Nintendo thing, like a Zelda thing or F-Zero, like something along those lines.
Just that alone just made me realize that, yes, this is typical DNA. I'm not DNA. This is typical Nintendo, where we have hopes and dreams, and then they do a thing you didn't expect or you didn't want, however you approach it, and then it's just like it's like a hit and a miss simultaneously. Like,
I think it's a fucking hit.
It's always a trade off. Well, yeah, that's you.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I am fine with it now. I just thought I did think it was kind of a waste of a spot. I think it could have been like a Echo Fighter. It could have been something else. I don't know. But I also just wasn't expecting like a first party character to ever be a part of this.
No, especially the way that they.
I was expecting secondhand, maybe like Gino or something.
Yeah, no,
like,
I thought Gino for sure.
Like to that extent. But yeah, I would have never guessed that an existing franchise from Nintendo would be a thing. So,
no, just because it hasn't been up to this point.
I thought it was just all going to be guessed because like celebration of the game. I was like, why are you? So what, you're celebrating yourself a little more here? Is that? I don't know.
It was unpredictable for sure. Which is kind of what I want in a Smash character, I guess. But yeah, it's very strange.
I hope it's 6 Gokus.
I said it as a joke, but I really do think you could make the Switch dock a character. Because why the fuck not?
You could make that, and then its final smash is that it bounces off of a Wii Fit balance board, and then the whole world explodes. I bet you get.
Crash.
I think Crash is an easy one. Do they do Isaac at this point, or is that
another patch you'd have to do? Because he's a trophy. It's his trophy.
I know. I just why not both?
Unless it's like adult Isaac.
Yeah, I really I have no idea who these 6 could be.
Yeah,
Waluigi's the one where it's like, yeah, okay, that kind of makes sense.
Another Pokemon, right?
Another, Gen 8 Pokemon.
I'm surprised that didn't happen yet. Yeah, that's definitely going to be one.
Yeah. What Pokemon? What's the big one from?
It's probably going to be I feel like it's going to be a grass type. I feel like it's going to be like Rillaboom or something.
Is that the gorilla guy?
Yeah. Well, no, wait, because now you have Pokemon Trainer, right? So that's its own thing. But before that, it was just Charizard. But before that was Pokemon Trainer. So I'm not going to count that. But now you have Greninja by itself, a water starter.
Yeah.
You have Incineroar, fire starter, Twisted Fire. No.
Yeah.
And then maybe a grass one.
Yeah, I mean, you got Electric Pikachu, you got Lucario, which what's
Steel fighting.
Yeah.
You have
Jigglypuff.
Mewtwo. Yeah, so you have your Fairy, you have your Psychic.
I can see them going.
Greninja is dark and water.
They could do a grass.
That's what I'm thinking. This is probably Rillaboom.
That sucks.
I bet you they're
or
they could be
Decidueye.
Decidueye would be badass.
Everybody's been wanting Decidueye, but it wasn't that part of the whole Sun and Moon thing because you got Incineroar. So
I know. Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know. Has one stuck out? Like I'm not really following Pokemon communities
from the latest.
Yeah, is everyone blowing up about a certain one?
I don't know. I remember everyone kind of rallies toward the original starters. But the base form starters, but their evolutions there hasn't been a front runner in previous gens. I don't know. Should put Delphox in.
How about Foxy Boy? What was it?
Oh, Nicky
Boy.
Yeah, Nicky Boy. Yeah,
I think he's quickly become a fan favorite around here. Free cheese, Nicky Boy.
He evolved, and I kind of didn't like him when he evolved.
Oh, well, still a fan favorite of mine.
I blame his evolution for why
Boy.
I stopped playing that game.
Really?
No.
Oh.
I don't know. It should be an interesting year. So my question in almost closing here is, assuming that Nintendo just does it and they do the Direct this week, the proper, right? We got our Pokemon stuff out of the way, we got our Smash stuff out of the way. Now here's time for your January Direct. What is the thing that pisses off real gamers this week?
What can you do?
I know.
Up the price of Nintendo Online.
It's got to be.
I mean, I think
a way, but
I think it's not so what they go show; it's what they don't show.
Are you talking more like how?
So, like, you're not gonna hear any Metroid. There's not gonna be no Zelda. There's gonna be no.
I don't think that's pissing anyone off because Zelda's coming.
I'm thinking more of the lines of. So I fucking was looking up reviews of Tokyo Mirage Sessions last night, and I was like, should I pull the trigger on this? And like one of the first things that came up, I just fucking started cracking up laughing. Was this guy who has the fucking red circles, and he's like, "This is bullshit. We're being censored. You can see where they clearly reduced bust size, covered up cleavage, and removed vaginal bones." Had big circles over before and after of vaginal bones. It's like, why are we doing this? Why the fuck are we doing this? He's like, this is bullshit. Do not support this game. Do not buy it. I was like, oh, great review. I guess I won't buy it now.
I wonder if he would have been the same way if
that's the shit I'm talking about.
If like the censored version was the original version and then they changed it to where it was more scandalous. And he's like, no, I wanted this to be...
he wouldn't talk about it.
Just original intent, He
wouldn't talk about it. He would get back to calling somebody a cunt in the IGN comments.
What if they patched the original Final Fantasy VII Switch port to add a pixel to Tifa to give her more support?
Just more polygons.
No, just a pixel.
Just
add
a pixel to. If it did anything with censoring Matt, believe me, he'll be on the case. So what is that guy going to get pissed off about this week?
I don't know, the Switch art not having text on it.
Ooh, nice. All right, I like that. Yeah,
there's that community.
Yeah, they announced the Metroid something for Switch, but the icon
Federation Force ported to Switch.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
You know what? I might.
And then it would have the ad hoc and everything.
I might do it.
Yeah, I just want to fight a giant Samus at the end.
Yeah, kind of.
Spoilers.
Rightfully so.
Switch XL could not be a Switch XL. It just looks exactly the same.
I'm okay with that. Needs to fit my Joy-Con anyway. I don't know. I hope there's a direct this week. I'm not waking up every morning rubbing charcoal together and asking for it, but that'd be nice.
Is Mother 1 anywhere to be found on Switch?
Wii U.
On Switch?
No.
Release Mother 1.
But not Mother 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. That would be pretty good. I mean, that's what happened on fucking Wii U. We fucking started that thing. It's like, here's Earthbound Beginnings.
That NES and SNES online stuff?
Yeah.
I finally tried that online.
Oh, cool. How's that?
It works really well.
What did you... which games?
I tried a bunch of stuff. Me and Elder Joe.
Yeah.
We were just playing a bunch of things. We did Mario Kart, we did Joe and Mac, we did tennis, we did dodgeball.
Nice.
I didn't realize that once he joins my session, he can see me going through the catalog and picking whatever.
Oh, neat.
And so I could have picked a single player game. He could just be watching it, and I can hit a button to pass the controller quote.
Dude,
and
cool.
then so we could just take turns playing.
I knew that was in I
forgot
Zelda.
about all of that because I don't think that was heavily advertised. It was just, I think what's most advertised is, hey, we have these games you can play online,
right.
But they never talk about the net play side of it a lot.
No, that's a cool little feature.
That is, if you can do it, try it.
I'm down, yo.
PlayStation did that, right, or does that? To pass the controller.
I remember that happening. Yeah. I just didn't know if it ever came to fruition.
No, I definitely remember, and it didn't end up working out because of Nick's internet connection. But I had PT booted up on my console.
Mm-hmm.
He was watching me not play it.
Yeah.
And then
so you had your own little personal session for him to watch you.
Yeah, and I tried to pass him to pass him the controller through SharePlay.
Yeah, I forgot about all that.
And then it. He could do it, but it wasn't working great because of his cell phone internet.
Right.
That's a cool feature. Else. It's really cool.
Yeah. Does Xbox do that?
That's what I was about to ask. I don't think so.
Somehow, some way. if everyone else
keep
does
coming
it.
up with funky ass shit like every single day. Hey! All right, we're gonna bring it home with one more of these short stories.
Short stories.
Who wants to give me an adjective?
Stinky.
Who wants to give me another adjective? Matt.
Oh, I know. I'm trying. Shitty.
I need a noun.
Camaro.
I need a noun.
Monster energy drink.
Nice. I need an adjective.
Raunchy.
I need a noun.
Cleavage.
I need a plural noun.
Cleavages.
Hands.
I need an adjective.
Rusty.
Number.
69. Sorry.
No, I would have said it too.
Color.
Hold on. No, I just... Mauve.
My time of the mauve. Number.
420.
Plural noun.
Jerry Springer's.
I can't really into proper nouns. So just general.
Adjective.
Hostile.
A place.
Glory days.
Nice. Color.
Flesh.
A plural noun.
Toilets.
Joe's already shaking his head, so I know we got something gold over here.
And a verb. Make it a good one.
Past, present,
Present.
bakes.
Bakes. Bake. All right.
All right, well, yeah.
This is called A Palace Fit for a Hedgehog.
Great.
Sonic's abode is a very stinky place. At first glance, it seems like a shitty cave, but if you look closer, you'll see it's actually a comfortable Camaro. For one, Sonic has a super cozy beanbag monster energy drink. When he feels like listening to some raunchy tunes from the 1980s, Sonic turns on his old school cleavage, pulls out his collection of hands, and jams out.
Yeah, he does. Ever play Sonic Jam?
In addition to great tunes, Sonic has plenty of rusty equipment to keep him busy. There's a dryer that uses Sonic as a treadmill to run 69 miles a day. He has a mauve ping pong table where he plays against himself. His record is 420 wins and 0 losses. And for that final touch, Sonic hung Jerry Springers all over his cave walls. He's got a hostile photo of the glory days next to a flesh poster of toilets. It may not be much, but Sonic loves to bake in his cave all the time.
Here it is.
Ew.
It's pretty good.
Flesh-colored toilets.
There it is, man. There it fucking is.
Oh, man.
And there is an episode of the Free Cheese Podcast, specifically the 334th episode. If you like this one, you can find it and the rest of them on thefreecheese.com or on your favorite podcast service. You can follow us on Twitter. The Free Cheese is at Some Free Cheese. The Marc is at Aug_Mental. Matt is at MattyAce131. I am at The Free Cheese. Go to thefreecheese.com. Email us, podcast@thefreecheese.com. That's it. We'll be back on another week with another one of these. Until then, Matt, give us a closing phrase.
Take it to the house.